Welcome back, everyone. We're back less than half an hour from the last stream. And now we have the team ITT, individual time trial. We'll have 3 players from each team trying to find the best combined time of the 3 teams. We'll play 3 stages. One is a mountain one from Chavari to Paso del Boco, and a hill one from Portobello to Signal Hill, a 40k one. And then finally another hill one from Sears to Puy de Dôme, 63Ks with a tough finish at the end. We'll have a similar lineup as far as teams go. Actually, I believe it's almost the same, just with the difference that we do not have the NL team, but we have the 8 team, which from what I know is pretty similar. So yeah, we'll be following group, let me just check. Yeah, we'll be following group A, I believe, which is La Farmer team, P Laxers, 8 team, and we would have Jens Voigt as well, but I believe they have forfeited because I didn't play. Oh, yeah, so Team NL will play in the end as they're replacing us, Jens Voigt. Wait, let me just check them, yeah. Chavari, isn't it? I say Chavari. No, my bad. It's Chavari. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we'll have Team NL Plus replacing Jens Voigt in semifinal A, which makes it pretty much exactly the same lineups as the TTT. So clearly, we have the 8 best teams here. And slowly but surely, we're setting the lobbies up. We still have some time. But as far as favorites go, I wouldn't be surprised if you see the same qualifiers as a while ago. And that would be P Luxors, clearly the favorite, followed by, in this case, it should be La Farmer team. But I believe they'll put a good fight with both Dutch teams, 8 team and Team NL Plus. Whereas in Group B, it should be straightforward PCM UK and Team Eastern Europe. However, there can be some upsets, like Village de Martes could try and squeeze between those two. We'll see. But the course is pretty mountainous, I would say. I mean, the first one is 33Ks with a big mountain in the finish, which would basically be, say, the reference points, because after that mountain, it's just some downhill and some quick flats. So if you're there at the top, I believe you can just ride home to the finish. Then in the second one, we have 1, 2, 3 hills and then a larger hill at the end. It's 40Ks, so it's an average length, but there are some explosive sections. And then the final one is some rolling terrain, bit of false flats for the first 1, 2, 3, 4, the first 55Ks. 40Ks, my bad. Then there is a really steep uphill there, like Mur de Huy almost. Then a bit downhill and all the way up to the finish. It does ease off half a region at the end, but it's really tough, especially the second part of it. You can see it's really steep. Okay, we have a stream. And we are launching for the first stage in Group A. And off we go for the semifinal ITT. We have Miko going with La Pera, although that is the puncher. So this is just a reference technically. the effort it needs for the specified wind and whatnot. We have some other dummy riders as well starting the race. That's what I think at least. Actually, yeah, it's teams, isn't it? So maybe they are the riders. I'm not sure. Can I see the riders, Amia? How many each team has? Oh, so most of them have two. Okay. There is a fair amount of wind actually, 27. That is quite altering as far as your strategy goes. There are sections where you need to go less or more than usual, depending on the direction of the wind. Goes up to 28 now. Sylvain Chavanel is stopped. That's very true difference of him. Anyway, we have a long way to go until the first intermediate check is almost 26 Ks, I believe. No, sorry, that's a KOM, 15 Ks. Yeah, so far no reference points yet. Porto Nazca will be our first reference point into the valley before the big climb. It appears that semifinal B has already finished. That's quite early. So we have an utter domination by PCM UK, making a 1-2 with Swaxon and Joe. And then Village du Martes is third and fourth. So a clear 1, 2, and 3, 4 from those two teams, who also come first and second respectively in the stage standings. Then we have Team Eastern Europe in third place and Portugal in fourth, which is no surprise really, given what we saw from Portugal in the TTT and also from Eastern Europe. But yeah, it seems straightforward in that group about who should go through, but let's see what happens in the end, because we did see Village du Mortes have some moments in their TTT semifinal. Let's hope the other teams have prepared well. But anyway, going into semifinal A, we have some first times here. Peter Sagan is first for PLXers, 2 minutes ahead of anyone else, and that's his teammate. Jimenel with the puncher is ninth, last, with 4.5 minutes behind. Emia, do you have like the riders and their stats so I can recognize which team is who? I'm really not familiarized with this database as unfortunately I was not able to play. Okay, let me take a screenshot of that. Just bear with me. Thank you. No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so team A, we have Basso, Ben Young, Emea, if you want to count him, Amei, and Guessing. Then team B is Finn, Red Guy, Apies, and Weimeister. And C is Daniel Miko, soundboard time, Emea. Damore, Naut, and Eben. Let me just check. So Peter Sagan is Finn, then Tony Martin is Paso. So Finn, who was just in the commentary box with us and is now playing, is 2 minutes ahead of anyone else so far, ahead of his teammate, in fact, who is Basso. Then the third teammate of Boxers, Felix Gall. Wait a minute, that makes no sense. It's closer, isn't it? So Finn's second rider is still ahead of the third teammate of and so it's Coulter is Basso's teammate. So the third rider is Damore and is Wout Poels, who's in 50th place. and that is 4.5 minutes down. But Team C is looking pretty weak, I would say. Generally, let's just say that the rest. So it's Pokemolema, it's Benut, Pulse, and Anchielu. Benut, Liverpool, Molema. Yeah, they're all close. Although Benut and La Pera is ahead of the other two by a small margin, half a minute in fact. So it's not going great for Luxor C team. However, the first two are flying. As we're slowly approaching the top of this climb, which is a decisive point, I would say, since there is a downhill to the finish afterwards. 1K to go. Dumoulin versus Martin for whoever crosses the line first. However, Dumoulin did start with a slow flat. Now then, we have Tony Martin in the front by 25 seconds. That means that Team NO is ahead of Luxors so far. And across the line, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 58. Wait, did I read that correctly? Seems like it, because Tony Martin is ahead, and that's Basso. So Basso is 26 seconds ahead of Young. Then Miko comes home at 4:30. I'm not sure if that's the one that you should be looking at. Nothing. Too many radars to keep track at the minute. Mia is informing me that they're trying to use the second man to protect from wind, if that's what I understand. Is that a thing in PCM? From what I know,
This
playing
climb
this
features some
game for
dreadful
the last 4
disadvantages.
years, I don't think that wind exists in time trials. But if they find that that does work, then that is a loophole and a half. However, I wouldn't advise playing with your leader and also trying to manage your second rider, protecting your teammates. But anyway, we're coming to the close of this stage where we can finally see the result, where it will be clearer about who's first and who's not. I wouldn't bet against Luxors taking the first place here and then NO. However, Farmer is not far behind from NO. It's gonna be close. The 8th team is last from what I see here. So, first place, we have Luxors by quite a margin, a really big margin in all three teams. As impressive. Finn taking second place ahead of all the other 8 teams except his teammates. That's really strong. And then we have, so that's 2 seconds to Benyon, then 3 seconds to Red Guy, so that's -1 for Farmer. But Farmer C team is at the back. Miko did not have a good time in this one, which means that now it saves the team for Team NL, who takes second place. Then Farmer is third, I believe. Let me just check that. Yes, Farmer is third due to some good times by the first 2 teams. And then 8 team is last. So the two favorites, I would say, given the circumstances with the replacements, are first in both groups. But yeah, it seems like people are pointing out the win that there was in this stage, which was quite significant, 25 to 30. That's a strong win. That can impact the stage result, especially if it does change during the race, which makes it a bit unfair, if I'm honest. I wish there was an option to either keep wind consistent or just remove it as a whole, like they did with punctures. But it is what it is. We'll now slowly going to the second stage, which is a flatter 40k stage from Portobello to Signal Hill, with those small hills, as we said, the explosive ones. But yeah, confirmation of results. We have PLXers in first, Team Enol in second, Laugh Armor in third, and B team, sorry, 8th team in fourth. A strong performance by Luxors all around. Then it was actually quite close between Enol and Laugh Armor, but Team Enol edged out, take second place, and a good spot for qualification so far. I believe we have the results. Yes, we do. So semifinal B has already finished their second stage. They're well ahead of schedule, fair enough to them. And there we have a really good mix of results, actually. That's impressive. So we have the first four A teams there. With some strong gaps, there was again a strong performance by Healings and PCM UK, who take the victory once again in this group. Then we do have, oh, it's close. Village de Martes takes second place, but I believe that, ooh, it's close. Portugal is putting a good fight here for third place between Portugal and Team Eastern Europe. I believe that maybe Team Eastern Europe just take third place ahead of them, but this is really close. I am not sure if Sanad is listening to us, but I would like to point out that this stream is personally sponsored by the Ban Miko movement. Trying to ban Miko since 2018 or 19. I am currently the biggest donator to it. I would love for you to do the same. Anyway, back into our racing. We have official results of semifinal B. And oh, hang on a minute. Now that's a twist. So it's in fact the Village du Martes that take the victory in the second stage, ahead of PCM UK by 10 seconds. That is a good performance by them. And like last time, it's the two teams on top, which are already through to the final, and then Team Eastern Europe, who actually do beat Portugal by a handsome margin in the end. There was some miscalculation by my end. But yeah, basically, PCM UK and Village de Martes is again through to the final already by round 2, which was also the case in the team time trial. So good job to them for qualifying in both try-hard events. And then we'll see a fight between Portugal and Team Eastern Europe for the third spot and the first qualification spot, perhaps. However, I'm sure that their morale and momentum will have shattered, given they already know that they cannot qualify. However, it's still a bit open in Group A, I believe. I mean, clearly it is because we have only played one stage yet, and we're only just now launching for the second stage. Oh, there is some connection issue, so there'll be a bit more of a delay. As a reference point, we can use semifinal B to get some time. So semifinal B finished the second stage at 52 minutes 25. So yeah, we'll be looking at around 52.5 minutes for this stage, a 40.3 kilometer stage. depending on win, of course. So it seems we had a restart for Team NO, whichever of the two, I am unsure. However, we should be underway fairly quickly. And indeed, we are go for the second stage in semifinal A. Hopefully, we can actually initiate the race and get going. As a reminder, by the way, after these races finish, we will have the interviews of the players and the team, and then we will have some podium ceremonies from yesterday, which includes Team Scratch and Team Sprint. We are underway with Note heading off from the ramp. A quick uphill and then downhill into some rolling terrain initially. Seems like a gravel race, this one. Off-road, here we go. I like the animals on the left. I think I saw a panda. I'm not sure if that's applicable in Italy, a panda, but it is what it is. Perhaps it could have been a cow, who knows. Anyway, we have 10 kilometers until the first intermediate check. As riders are heading towards the finish, we can take some time and enjoy this stage with some beautiful views across this lake. Some really scenic routes here. Nice boats. This World Championship generally, the game as well, it's not just the players and the organizers here, it's the stage makers, the database makers, shirt makers, everyone. There's been so many people contributing into this game. So we're honestly grateful for every one of you here being here and supporting us, either playing or watching, creating stuff, contributing in any sort of way.
The intermediate time check shows him just behind,
You're the
but
ones that
he's
keep us
not out of
alive.
it yet. He's got the best intermediate time. He must hang on now.
Here we go. We are getting the first results now. And who is far? Far. Oh, that's Farmer. Okay. So we have Farmer team in front with TJ Van Ganderen. That's team A. And then we have no second with Tom Dumoulin, that is Team NL A team. Then H team is third with Eversteig. And already we're heading to the second check, which is a more representative one after that hill, that really steep hill, Larnach climb, where we see Mathieu van der Poel and some women taking a 1-2 with some 3 with some BTEC riders. That's surely enough.
He's
The
at the top
important
of the
riders who will
intermediate
actually count for
classification,
the times
and
will
now
come
he's
through.
got to
And here
sustain
they
that
go.
lead over the remainder of the
Finn,
course.
our home favorite, is coming home at home to the check. And he took briefly the first spot. However, he did get swamped by the better teams
That's the
since
best
Finn is
intermediate
playing with
time so
Team
far.
B,
He's got to hang in there.
which is the second fastest team, not the first. Is still TJ Van Gardner first for Farmers. They're putting a good fight here to try and steal that second spot to qualify. I would say the big fight is between Team Anol and Farmers. However, they're both ahead of Luxors for the time being. And this could be interesting
Potrebbe
because
essere la
it's
tempesta
still
geomagnetica
with
fuori, bisogna vedere
two
l'aurora, un
stages
po'
to
di
go
momenti dell'aurora
still.
boreale
It
dentro
could be
certi Badia,
anyone's,
però mi sa che qua non si vede un cazzo.
even 8 teams.
Già si comincia
However,
un po' rosa.
yeah, 8 team is still in this, I would say. It's all pretty close between them so far. I would say Enel has the edge
This
for the
climb
time
features
being,
some dreadful percentages.
Si vede un cazzo da qua.
but we'll see.
Si
Yeah,
vede un
for now, I
cazzo da qua.
think
Più
Team
verso,
Enel
più verso
is
Piemonte, mi
around
sa.
half a minute ahead overall. But we're on to the final climb, and it's really, really steep. Look at that red section, Signal Hill. You can see the signal. Oh, look how fast the speed difference is with a good rider with energy and not a good one. There's some sort of lead up going there with 8 team, but it's gonna be Mollema first, the puncher of Team NL class of Nout, coming towards the finish. I remind we're looking at 52.5 minutes. That's 55. However, that is not the A team, worth mentioning. Many riders coming to the finish at one go. There
Whoa,
was
we've
no
just
win in
seen a
this
great
stage, pretty
performance.
much.
He's just
However,
got
we're
the
seeing
best
53s.
time.
There we go into the 52s, 52.5. And 52.14, that is a great time from Farmers. And Tony Martin of Luxors does not manage to match that. So it's Farmers who take the stage victory. However, let's see the overall combined ones. So we have Farmer. Oh, the third Farmer did not do great. Red guy lost heaps of time to Ghosty of Luxors. And I believe, yeah, so Luxors do take the victory here once again. And could it be Team Anol? Yes, indeed, it is Team Anol in second place. So despite Miko winning the stage after a poor performance in the first stage, they actually take third place on the stage as a team. And it's 8 team as the last place on the group. So 8 team is confirmed not to qualify. However, it is close between Luxor. No, Luxor's I believe is almost certain of qualifying, but it's close between Imanol Plus and La Farmer team for the second spot of qualification into the final of 4. I believe that Group B is also close to finishing soon. Let's keep an eye on those. As we said, we already have the 2 teams qualifying there, so there's not really much to look forward to. But as was the case in the previous event of Team Central, it's now a matter of bragging rights and reserve lists. So essentially, we have the same result as the first stage for Group A. That means that Luxors takes the victory and is now on 20 points. Team NO is on 12 points, La Farmer on 6, and 8 team on 2. So given that result, it means that Team La Farmer team need to outscore Team NL Plus by 6 points. And that can only happen if La Farmer wins and Team NL finishes third. So that's the objective cut out for them. Farmer need to find a way to win the last stage. It's worth mentioning that the last stage is by no means easy. You have a 62k flat section from Thiers, but it goes into a really hard uphill section for Puy de Dôme. And given what we saw in Team Central by Luxors, I don't believe that uh, the Farmer team is going to be able to beat them. But let's not underestimate them. They do have a decent lineup, and I'm looking forward to see what they can do. I will now go and have a quick look at Group B. We're almost to the finish, from what I see. So we have, as per usual, we have Team UK in the front. But oh my, the last climb is just so steep. It's constantly above 10% gradient. That is extremely tough for the riders and the players as well. And yeah, it's basically UK followed by Village, then European, and then Portugal. Eastern European, I should say. So yeah, no surprises there really. UK is looking really strong this year on that TT bike. They should be tied favorites with Luxors for the overall title victory in both of these events. Interestingly, though, we have a big gap between the first and second in Group B so far. Let's just see the last few leaders coming to the finish now. Well, I can see you can't, unfortunately, but it's coming to the end. Okay, and I believe that's the last competitive rider finished. So Alex Dowsett of PCM UK takes the victory just 6 seconds ahead of Village. But then Geraint Thomas, again of UK, takes a strong second place, 24 seconds down. And the C team of UK also beats the C team of Village by a minute almost. So that does confirm that UK wins the third stage, and with that, the group and the semifinal B as well. Then again, we have Marty's Village in second place, then Eastern Europe in third, and Portugal in fourth. So pretty straightforward stuff there. Not much contest going on. And PCM UK and Village de Martis is qualified for the final again. We're now launching in Group A for the final stage. Getting into the stage now, we have quite a long way to go until the first check, surprisingly, as we're joined by Sean, who just finished streaming the second group, semifinal B, as we described, with PCM UK winning the round and Village in second. So how did you see the race there? Was it exciting? Were there some good battles?
Uh, it was tight up front. Obviously Portugal wasn't prepared to necessarily play today, so they weren't as strong as they could have been. But the battles between Village and PCM UK seemed like a good fight, and I think they're both ready for the final based on uh, the way they crushed the competition today. There was really no question about any other teams would even get second on a single stage.
Completely agree, and that was also the case for the team time trial. So they really looked dialed in on these time trial events, and I'm sure that they'll be joined by Laxors and who will also be absolutely prepared and determined to win the events as well. And however, there is still some fight for who can qualify. There is a chance for La Farmer team to qualify, but it seems like Team NO Plus is in the prime position to get that last spot in the final. There's only one way for La Farmer to qualify, and that's for them to win and beat the Luxors in this stage that regrettably does suit Luxors. And then also Team NO does need to finish third. So if La Farmer can somehow pull off a victory here, then it could be possible that they can qualify, but it's going to be really tough given how good and prepared Luxors have been looking recently.
Absolutely, and I think that would make the TTT and the ITT finals um, the same the same four teams if
Mm-hmm.
things stay the way they are. If I'm reading things correctly,
Mm-hmm.
which could make for some interesting battles um, with so many races to prepare and um, find strategies for.
That's right, yeah. And since it's going to be the same teams, they will just try to prepare as best possible to make sure that they have strategies that will work against players, even though that it's not the head-to-head event. They know the skill set, and it's going to be the same level of skill for both finals. So they need to
Right.
be fully prepared, all of them. And if I'm honest, there will be 3 teams that will be the favorites for a medal. But who knows? It's going to be an exciting final, I'm sure. As we go into the first intermediate check of semifinal A last stage at Pont du Château. And we have, let's just wait for the to. Here come the A teams. Oh, so Tony Martin of Luxor is 3 minutes down on 8 team. And so are the rest, to be fair. So it seems like 8 team is just going all out here, whereas the rest, sorry, excuse me, are just saving for that monster climb at the finish.
Which
And
is interesting when you look at 8 teams third rider, they are all the way there in 16th. So clearly they've come up with different um, strategies for each of the teams if they're going with this route. So which is it's interesting to see them go in that way.
yeah, I mean, sometimes it's not only just what strategy is faster, but also what suits the player, isn't it? So yeah, I'm from what I know at least, it's not better to go faster on the flat and slower on the mountain. It's better to be faster on the mountain and slower on the flat. But who knows? Let's see what they're up to.
Absolutely, and
Look at the crowds here.
seemed only slightly interested, but otherwise, um, nice to see or interesting to see. And I'll also go with so many riders here. You would have thought that they would have only picked one unless they're trying to navigate wind. The wind in Group B was in the 20-kilometer range, so it's nice to see a calmer stage as well.
Yeah, our first stage was with 25 to 30 kilometer an hour wind, but the second one was calm and nice this one. Onto the top of this climb, or I would say hill.
The
Then there's a
cap
small
is
down
4 minutes.
4 minutes, but these are some big gaps. I'm not sure if 8 team is suiciding here or he's just trying something different. But I mean, they know that they cannot qualify anymore. They know that they have nothing to lose. They might as well just get that TV time and take the first place in these 2 intermediate checks. That's what I would do at least.
And it looks like he has calmed down on his pace there now that the gap has gone under a minute to Tony Martin there for Laxers.
I believe that's Ghosty, but I'm not sure. But he's going fast here. A big gap
That
here.
might be Basso.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Yeah, Ghosty is the C team. That's right. So there's a big gap between. In fact, it's not even the other A team. It's Finn in second place. Well, he's the best second rider. He's in fourth place at the minute. As we're entering the last 10Ks for most riders onto the last climb. And due to the nature of this race, as the better riders are at the last, it seems like all of the riders will come home pretty much grouped, aren't they? Because it's been 50Ks of flat and then climb, which has the better riders catching up to the lower ones. And they
Exactly.
have
We're
enough
gonna
time. Looks
gonna
like
see
an
tons
okay
of
match.
folks coming in together.
Yeah, exactly. Are the results matching what you expected today, Sean? Or did you see any surprises?
I thought Farmer was going to put up a little bit more of a battle. I'm not surprised necessarily to see them end up in the third position, especially if they do end up there here as well. But I expected them to get a second or first place on at least one of the stages throughout the 6 that I saw. And obviously, I think the big um, thing of the day was Skype not being able to play. I think we would have seen very, very competitive groups. And some people miss out on the final.
Yeah, it's a shame to see two non-starting teams in Jens Voigt and Skype, but I guess there are just some more important things in this game, isn't it?
Occasionally, can't speak for everyone, but we also see that 8-team rider Everstyke is just really plummeted down the timeline there. That strategy of going out so hard was clearly not the way to go. We could have guessed it, but wow, they really went for it, hoping that they could keep the time. But I hope the other riders of the team put in strong efforts and that they get a decent okay result here.
Personally, I'm also positively surprised by Team UK. Like, we know they have strong TT players that can bring some strong strategies to them, but they really impressed me with the all-around dominance that they had in their groups. Of course, they didn't win all the stages like Luxford did, but all three players were strong in each race. I believe, yeah, I was competing for them last year,
Yes.
and we took 2 silvers in both events from memory. So yeah, it would be nice to see them actually take the gold for once, but it's going to be tough in these groups, the final, I believe. As we have the first finisher here, twin start from NO. It's a 1:41. Let's just get the reference time from Group B. So let's just go quickly. And Group B finished 1 hour 46 and 55, which was from with wind as well, wasn't it, Sean?
With about 20-kilometer wind most of the way. Um,
Yeah, you
but
can see here
Laxer is
there
clearly
is
very,
easily
very
the
strong here.
uh,
Oh, and that
what
third team from Farmers might be what hurts them.
look at Finn though. He's ahead of everyone else apart from his teammate with the B team. That's crazy good. And
And we saw similar for UK and Village being able to put their Bs above the rest of the C teams, but not against each other.
but yeah, it's pretty much confirmed now that Luxors win all 3 stages and the group, and also Team NO will come home in second place, both on the stage and in the group. Farmers failed to win the stage and therefore finished third in the group and also in the stage. And as per usual, 8-team finished fourth, both in the group and the stage. So pretty standard results there in both groups, I would say, but it was still a good show of power and dedication to make these big gaps and efforts that we saw today.
We're seeing the right 4 teams heading to the final, and I think that TTT and ITT finals here in 2 weeks are going to be some tight battles. Clearly the teams are going to be ready.
Let's hope so. So just to recap the results, we have, as you would expect, we have in semifinal B, PCM UK taking the victory, closely followed by Village du Martis in second place. Eastern Europe and Portugal failed to qualify. And then in Group A, we have Team Luxors dominantly taking the win ahead of Team NL Plus. And then La Farmer team and 8 team failed to qualify. La Farmer team will be the first reserve. However, I really don't think that they will get a chance to play the final because these 4 teams will be absolutely determined to try their absolute best to try and take a medal here. But I believe now it's time to go into the interview section to hear what our players and teams have to say about tonight.
I don't see that move yet, and so we will continue to wait for the official point scores to come through in that final group. Although George did read them out as expected. Laxer's winning all 3 stages, and he has left. Aha! Laxers win all 3 stages with 30 points in Group A. Team NL, second place in all of the stages, getting second place, of course. La Farmer team in third in 9 points will not be moving on, alongside 8 team. And then there we go for Group B, as indicated. PCM UK with 26 points, winning 2 stages, wins the group over Village du Martis, who score 22 points with a win in 2 seconds. Then we've got Team Eastern Europe, 9 points, and Portugal 3. Neither team move on there. And now we move to interviews. And here we are, awaiting to see if any of our players come for interviews from any of the stages tonight. I will not be interviewing myself, having only raced once, but it was good to see so many strong riders across the teams.
Did you race, Sean?
I did. I played a TTT.
Which stage?
Stage 1, which is
Alright.
the hilly stage. Did what needed to be done, but nothing too special there. I'm honestly not even sure how I placed on the stage, but
Well, I guess I can interview you though. So let's just have a quick look. Sean Cole, there you go. Wait. On stage 1, you are team players A.
no, I played TTT, but we have other folks here from Team NL Plus who pass in both ITT and TTT, if we recall correctly. Team NL Plus, how did it feel to play today? Anyone who wants to answer first may, of course, go.
Young, you know.
Yeah. This was really amazing for us. Like we didn't expect to pass any of these rounds. Like playing against the team of Nico and playing against Luxus for the individual time trials, they are in general just better, and we thought we couldn't pass, so we just tried the TTs for like 30 minutes, nothing more. So now to actually go to the final is amazing.
And I guess I'm just the missing link. I was taking a shower just 5 minutes before the thing. I didn't touch PCM. They need to download the database. You see, I put masterclass in there. So, you see, I think I was the key to success. And of course, Bang went out for the tactics. I'll always
Definitely. He
appreciate
was
that.
the team. He was the team.
This was really a team performance. Like, we just,
Yeah.
the chemistry was really there. So, we're very happy. We didn't expect anything. And like also, we have no pressure in the finals, so it can only get better than the 4th place. So everything is now.
Yeah, we happily
Absolutely.
take
And
the chocolate.
sorry, go ahead now.
Oh no, we happily take the chocolate medals in ETT and ETT.
And in the TTT, I believe you were in the group of 3 and had to come down to the final stage. How did that feel to go to a single race to determine it?
to be fair, I trusted that we had the skills to at least win against Eastern Europe because, well, we lost a short TTT, but the other was longer, and we saw that they lost minutes on that. Uh, yeah, we made the tactics before, and we just thought, yeah, we we we,
We didn't
we
try TTT at all.
yeah, we didn't even try before like any of the TTT, so that was also amazing that we could.
I think
But
it
that was
probably was like the thing we got that
look,
in the last stage is because my performance in the first time trial, like I did worse than the AI, so that's really bad. But it was like my first race. So after that, that was like to yeah my first time trial. After it went better. So I think that was just the main problem to go into the down to the last. But having already achieved the final TTT only made like a better feeling for us, more confidence towards the ITT semifinals.
Well, absolutely, congratulations on making the finals in both. We are excited to see you all in competition in a few weeks, and of
Thank
course,
you.
yeah, congratulations there. We are also joined by Hillings to speak about the Team UK performance here. Congratulations to Team UK as well for passing both rounds today.
Thank you, thank you. A big hand out to my teammates and especially to Ibra and Riverside, who have done a lot of work on the tactics. I basically started the last night and they made it very easy for me.
Absolutely. I think teamwork for PCM UK is something that was noted in round one in particular with so many folks playing. Do you know how many team members ended up on the TTTs or on the TTs today?
I think we were combined six or seven.
I
Six.
think you're right there. We're saving Madison for the 200 TT, but I think across the board PCM UK is excited for the TTs, no matter track or road.
A good team depth.
Exactly. It was a tough battle between UK and Village in both events. Um, were there any doubts?
They did a good job, but no, there were never really any doubts.
Understood. And with that, again, congratulations to PCM UK for passing into both finals as well.
Thank you.
That's a great result.
Thank you.
With that, George, I think seeing no other folks for the interview, what were your overall thoughts on the entire evening? As I know, we will also be heading to the medal ceremonies for yesterday's track events.
That is correct, yeah. I mean, I did join halfway through the TTT, but from what I saw, if I'm honest with you, I expected some more close battling between, first of all, the stages and also the results, like in the groups. There were some good close results on some stages in both groups, but generally we did see, as you said, the big four that were deserved to qualify. They were the big four in and actually evenly matched in both groups. So we had two of the big four in each of the group. It would have been a different story if we had three of them in one group. But yeah, overall it was a quality race evening, I would say. And I think that all of us are just most excited for the final to see all these four teams clash with each other.
Absolutely, I think it will be a very exciting final day in 2 weeks' time after we get through the round of the solo TTs as well. With that, we want to thank folks for watching today's races, but we would like to have our medal ceremonies for yesterday's track competitions. and we will start with Team Scratch. We had both the semifinals and the final. The 4 teams making the final were the Lakers, Portugal, Team NL Plus, and Skype. And with the victory, earning gold was Team NL Plus. Team Skype took second, Portugal in third for the bronze, and the Laxers sitting one spot off the podium. But for good results across the board there in Scratch. As someone not as known for the track events, I do know that this was an important event for the overall, with NL Plus earning some major points alongside the Laxers maybe missing out on some they expected. But we knew NL Plus were some of the favorites for this, and would love to hear interviews from any of our members should they arrive here. We wait here for a moment. But again, checking those results on screen, it was Team NL Plus taking the win. Skype in second, Portugal in third, and the Laxers in fourth. And with that, we go to our national anthem for Team NL. And with that, congratulations again to all of our Team Scratch medalists. We had a second track final yesterday as well, and that was the team sprint event. 8 teams qualified to the knockout phase. In the quarterfinals, we saw Le Farmer team beat Saison en Ligne. The Lakesers beat Team Skype. NL Plus beat Portugal, and PCM UK fall to Team Belgium. In our semifinals, NL Plus and the Laxers moved on to the win. And finally, in our final match, we see the Laxers winning 5-4 over NL Plus to take their first gold medal of the tournament. The Farmer team snuck out a 6-3 victory over Team Belgium for the final medal. In a 5th place final, Portugal beat Team Skype 5-1, with the rest of the matches not being completed, and PCM UK taking on 7th place over Saison Online. It was a very, very close competition, as you see for most of the results there. Lots of 6-3, 6-3 type results, 5-4 in that final between NL Plus and P. Laxers. We see no members of our winning team here to talk about their performance, and so we look to the medal ceremony and the Norway national anthem for our victors. congratulations again to our victors in Team Sprint. And we look forward to our next competitions. We have an exhibition event with no stream tomorrow. It is the Tour of Madness, I believe. Tour de Madness. And then on Sunday, we will be joining with a multicast for the Team Tour semifinals. It should be exciting as the overall standings start to become clearer. We'll see 8 teams there. The Leixers, Team Players, PCM UK, and Skype in Group A. Village, Generation 2000, Portugal, and La Farmer team in Group B for some exciting races, including a cobbled mountain stage to close the day. With that, thank you on behalf of the PCM IMA, and we look forward to you watching our streams in the future. With that, good night.